Good morning and welcome to Barb's Craft Room. Today I'm continuing my series of where do I get all my stuff to make a junk journal? And then after I get it, what do I do with it? That's the most important question. So today I'm going to do two things. We already did one kind of file folder, but this is another kind of file folder. It's a file folder project, but it is also a cardboard project. Okay, so what do you do with cardboard? Well, here we go. I made a signature of 14 pages of coffee dyed paper. Okay, and I'm going to create a journal out of my file folder. Now, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is 8.5, so I will cut my file folder. I'm going to use the natural fold in here for the spine. But so it's 9 inches. I'm going to cut 9 inches. That would be a 1/2 inch. That's a 1/2 inch longer than the pages. This is what you can use to make other things. It was perfect to make a belly band, tag, or a bunch of those little shapes that we made the other day. This is 5.5 inches wide, so normally you would cut it around 6, but I'm going to cut it at 7.5. And the reason why I'm going to cut it at 7.5 is because I'm going to tear it. I'm going to tear the edges at 6. All right, let's mark that. Let's mark it at 6 inches. Right. Mark it at 6 inches. Right there. Basically, my tear needs to be on this side of that. If it isn't, it's okay. Oh, of course it doesn't want to tear. Can't tear it with my fingers. But I have a tool. It's called a tearing ruler. So this tearing ruler will maybe work. Keeping that will make something good too. Nothing goes in the trash can. Nothing goes in the trash can. That's not always true, you know. Sometimes you have a little scrap. You just don't want to use it. Okay. So this will have a rough edge like that. See my rough edge? The next thing I'm going to do, is throw my glue in the trash can. It fell in. Inking is always fun to do. And you see what I did? I was playing with that glitter and I got glitter. Can you see it? All over my ink pad. It'll still work. I guess the glitter will get on here. That is probably the reason why a lot of people don't like glitter. I like glitter. Everyone needs a little sparkle in their life every day. My parents should have called me glitter. I will be the sparkle in your life. I will try to be the sparkle in your life. It's always fun trying to bring joy to people. Not always good at it. Sometimes I open my mouth and stick my foot in instead of trying to be joyful. I guess that's the way it works though, right? Okay, there is my cover. And this will go on the inside. That's about right. That looks beautiful to me. What we're going to do is play with this. What I want to do is I want to change what it looks like. I don't want it to look like a file folder. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some fabric or lace. Depends on what I got here in my pile. Probably have both fabric and lace. I didn't choose anything. That was a mistake. Look at that. It's almost perfect. That's what it's going to be. I'm going to use this. White is not exactly what I had in mind. I was thinking I could use a little pink. There's several ways to change your fabric to pink. One is to use alcohol and ink. Maybe we should try that. We should try a little bit of pink. I'm going to try it. It's always fun to play. I don't know about the alcohol part though, because I don't see any alcohol sitting right here. I'd have to go hunt some down, but I have a clear block. You want to make sure your clear block is clean before you add any ink to it so that you don't mix colors. Easy way, get a baby wipe. Wipe it off. See that? That would have been on my ink. Now I have wet and ink. This is called playing pink. I do have water. Spray it with water. It's better to spray it with alcohol if you have alcohol, because it dries faster. Then I'm just going to mop up this ink with my towel. We might have to do it a few times, I guess. But it looks like it's working, right? Water. And of course you'll have to let it dry before you can glue it down, but that's not in my wheelhouse today. This is how you play. Of course, I could go over there and use my heat tool, but I don't know how to. Honestly, I'm being serious. I don't know how to stop the video and then restart the video. I'm just not a technical person. I'm a crafty person, but not a technical person. For me, I can't have both. Some people out there have it all, you know. They can do it all. So look, my fabric is now pink. That's exactly what I wanted. pink fabric. And that was a spur of the moment. That was a spur of the moment decision to make this pink. But it is what I want on here. I probably won't be able to glue it down for you, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do besides this. I'm going to take this cardboard. We need a piece of cardboard that fits over it. This cardboard, I don't know where I got it. In some project, probably. Just tear it. You can use cardboard for tags, for clusters. Clusters are very popular in the cardboard realm because you can take them and put them on almost anything. So a background of cardboard is just really eye-appealing, probably because of the texture. But I don't want a whole piece. I just want a small piece. And I want it torn. So I like it with a torn look. I'm going to tear it. Tearing, I don't know why tearing looks so cool. But it's on most people's projects. Torn pages, torn cardboard, torn fabric. Maybe it gives it that vintage look. Okay. So next we will ink it. If you don't like the inked edges, don't do the inked edges. You do you, I do me. And then that will be layered there. We could layer also some words. Words are nice. Words. I'm going for 3 layers. This is 3 layers. But if I add one more, it'll be 4. And then I'm going to add a person, that will be 5. So you always want an odd kind of number. So it's okay for me to add one more. This paper is super old, falls apart real easily. And it's best to use as a background because it falls apart. You wouldn't want to use this as a pocket. It's just better to use it as background. And that's kind of too wide. We'll just tear a little bit more. The background. And then I'm not going to put her like this. I should tear her out. But I'm going to just cut. And I'm not cutting it right up next to her. I'm cutting with a space around her. She's a vintagey old gal. I hope it works. That's all I can say. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, I like it. I wanted to ink this, but I think inking this might make it fall apart more. Let's try. I also think I need some depth, like height, maybe depth. It just seems so flat. I don't want it all flat. See, it's all flat. She looks good on there. I'm thinking she might look better with a piece, a different piece of lace behind her. I don't know why. Oh yeah, I do like that much better. Then I have 6 layers, but I do like it. So I'm going to do that. Just got to do it. Okay. That gives it a little bit more definition. So there we have that. The other thing that I could add to this beautiful cover here, I could add a bow, a ribbon bow. I could add pearls, anything else that I don't know. The more you add, I think sometimes you can over add, but sometimes you could just get just enough. Oh yeah, let's try this. I'm going to try this. I have this bunch of, what are these called, fibers. I think I got it from Taperology. That's how you say it. Taperology. Put a bow. See if I like it. A bow. I think that's maybe too many pieces of, so I'm going to take out the yellow. I'm going to take out the yellow and the purple. Take out the yellow and the purple. To fold them a bunch of different times to get the right one. That looks really pretty. Maybe up there where her. Do you like it? Okay. So I probably will also put dimensions underneath to give her a lift a little bit higher. But that is basically what I'm going to do on this. And then I'm going to sew in my pages. So here we have file folder and cardboard, piece of lace, words, a picture, really pretty cover. You can also add other little goodies to it if you like. A little pretty little butterfly on a bulb pin. You can add that to the bow. That'd be pretty too. I love it. What do you think? All right, that's what you can do with file folder, corrugated cardboard. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.